Go on then.
Hello. Today, Ross and I attended a council meeting at Hove Town Hall, Brighton Hove City Council. What you're about to see is actually happened in that council chamber. What you're about to see is a lady being denied a democratic right to ask a question, and you'll see people being thrown out despite doing nothing wrong. But then make your own minds up.
Thank you. Right, thank you. That's all of you.
I'm recording this, I've done nothing wrong.
Excuse me. No. You've got to leave.
They're still discussing it.
No, they're not. They've just asked everybody
No,
to
they're
leave.
still discussing it.
They're not discussing it. They're asking you to leave.
I've done nothing wrong, we've done nothing wrong.
Thursday and midday.
They're asking you to
They're
leave.
blocking our emails. That's how I've just been told by Democratic Services 10 minutes ago. Phone them up, speak to Tom. He just told me the council blocked emails. And they don't get alerted of when they're being blocked. The past two emails from the Access Brighton group have been blocked. They haven't received them. But when I send her past their emails this time to be sure, someone told me they've
Still
seen it.
discussing
They're
it.
not discussing it.
I think they're standing in the crowd down there.
They're not talking about their holidays. They're just
They've
talking about
asked you
this.
not to leave. So you've got to
They
leave.
are. And
Yes, they are.
They've finished discussing to hear what the result is. If I'm out there, I'm not going to be able to do it. What's going on?
They've asked me to do the
I would like to wait just a few minutes to hear what they're going to say.
They've asked to clear the gallery. They're not going
I'm
to
not
chair.
going to try to hear what they
If she said there is no more questions, they are
They are
clearing it.
and they're probably going to talk about whether it can get heard at a later agenda point.
Can you just favour, can you get some clarity then? Because they seem to be discussing.
I don't, I'm not being asked to leave, I've done nothing wrong.
They've asked to clear the gallery though.
I don't care, I'm here for the democratic process. I'm here to listen to every single agenda item and take it, and you cannot tell me to leave this area today. If you do that, then you are stopping me from taking part in the democratic process. I have a right to sit here and listen to our elected councillors. I beg your pardon? No, you've got that wrong.
I can't get clarification. If the chairman decides it's clear,
If she's asking me to go, then I would like a reason.
you know what I'm doing.
I'd like a reason why I'm being specifically asked
And
to
I'm just
leave.
asking for clarification.
I've done nothing wrong.
I want clarification from the head.
I've done nothing wrong.
That's what I'm going to do.
I want clarification from the council that they have been asked to leave here and I've not spoken.
Yeah, I'd like clarification as well, because I haven't said a word.
Clarification, why have they been asked to leave?
I literally haven't said a word until now.
It's fine, it's fine.
They walked started shouting, and that's why they said they want the gallery cleared. And that was all of you.
Right,
But
I'm so sorry. There are no signs in here which says we're not allowed to speak. There's no signs here that say we're not allowed to speak. Where are the signs that say we're not allowed to speak here, please?
upstairs is only for observation. It's only those that have actually got the letters and questions.
It's
that
a
are allowed
public
to
gallery. Any person in Brighton Hove can come, sit here and watch any committee.
Yes,
That's our democratic
observe.
right. We have a democratic right to watch these services. I absolutely will shout.
when a child's unhappy, they try and shout, and there's a reason for that. As adults, we do the same thing.
This is why they don't want us actively fantasy, because they know we're not stupid. Yes. It's the contempt that they treat the public.
Tom from Democratic Services just told me that they blocked email. Seriously.
Come on, you might get a win here.
And they always got through before when we were doing it
You've got
last
to get the
time.
win. You've got to get your deputation in. We want a deputation.
I can't believe they said that about the housing first.
This is my problem.
That's bullshit. When that started, that
When I
was
come
for
back
permanent
from
housing.
tomorrow, I start the paperwork to get shot off because she's doing my head on. Really. I don't care. I'd rather have John's Labrador as a Labour candidate for most good than that, because that's embarrassing. I'm actually sitting here, my face is going red for her. She just told a blatant lie.
Yeah.
We've all had the same email saying that the deputy.
Thursday
It's
by
Thursday
midday.
at 12
I know.
to 12.
I know.
And she just said it's Wednesday. We've all had the same
Just
email.
for her convenience, because she doesn't want to hear the
Say
question.
Thursday 12.
They all look really like uncomfortable.
I mean, they should have expected this, right? If you're going to stop the public from asking questions and making deputations, then we're going to question it. And the issue is, it's stupidity.
Yeah.
We also want to get on and listen to what's going on and actually and see what people say. We can't do that.
Can we find it online now where it says Thursday midday?
If not, we do a vote of no confidence.
David,
Elect a new chair.
David, what's his name? Just told them.
If not, vote of no confidence.
It's so easy to do. It's a doorstep job.
They can, do you know
It's a
what the
doorstep.
opposition now? They can do a vote of no confidence, right? They can get a sent straight off.
They can't.
They can.
No, they can't.
They can.
No, they can't. They can't. Hence why you couldn't get rid of Warren Mortimer. It has to be public. And it has to be on the
We're a
doorstep.
minority council, they lose on numbers, that's what I'm saying. There's more opposition councillors, they can win on votes.
Possibly, but they're not going to do it. It's called divvy up the money.
So
It's
you have
actually
to
in the
pay.
statute book. It's actually in the statute book. It's like a law. It's been for researching. It's not an opinion.
But I emailed it. It got blocked by the council. That's why you didn't receive it. That's how undemocratic this is. And you should take that into account and allow me to say my
Yeah.
deputation.
Yeah, if you can't respond, you can write in a report, you can write a written report.
Right.
You get this
Please,
recorded,
everyone's
please.
now to vacate public area downstairs.
I've got it. I printed it out. It says the date.
Told you, they're not
and online it says Thursday at midday. You online it says not Wednesday.
Can you ask me why I've got to leave, please?
Sorry, I'm trying to
Been ordered from the chair.
She's talking to
Right,
me.
okay. What basis?
The council are telling me they have not received it. If you alone could come down and show me, I've been trying to let you read it out. However, I have
don't
to
have
see
to
a
leave.
written response because I haven't seen it and able to
There
get
you
your
go.
Well,
response.
don't people who know where to do it? It's about the housing first of all.
So if you
know
want
about
to
that.
come down, let me have a look at it.
Go on, Reed. Go on, Reed.
But the gallery's still to be cleared?
No.
Yes, right, sorry.
Thank you. Thank you. Come on.
I'm not leaving. You're going to have to drag me out. You're going to have to drag me out. I'm not going. I've done nothing wrong.
You've been asked to
You're going to have
leave.
to drag me out. I've done nothing wrong. I've done nothing wrong. You have to drag me out. I've done nothing wrong. I've done nothing wrong.
Put in a deputation after shouting.
If you are taking me, you're dragging me out of it. It's up to you, but I've done nothing wrong. This is disgusting.
Can you start?
No, I'm not going. You're going to have to drag me out. Sorry, I refuse to go. I've done nothing wrong. I'm not going. I've done nothing wrong.
Right, see
You have been asked to go.
Can you get this recorded, please?
You've been recording enough
Get this
anyway.
recorded, please.
Can somebody in the
I've done
council
nothing
tell
wrong.
us why I'm been asked to
This
leave?
is a disgrace.
Because I've not
You've
spoken
been
a
asked
word
to
or said anything.
I'm not going. You'll have to drag me out. I'm sorry. You'll have to ring the police. This is a disgrace.
Right,
Okay.
Kendra, please, go now.
Daly, can you escort these ones?
Councillor Meadows, can you answer why I've got to leave? Because I've not spoken a
Because
word.
they've asked to clear the gallery.
Anne Meadows.
I'm waiting in her answer.
I've done nothing. I'm not speaking that.
Can you tell me why I'm asked to leave as well? I mean, I haven't said a word up until now.
I'm not leaving. I've done nothing wrong.
Right, sorry, gentlemen, thank you.
Okay.
Right. Well, he's not.
You'll have to wait downstairs.
Well, no, he will.
Right, well, I'll wait for him.
Well, yeah, but wait,
we're
that's
going
separately,
downstairs
because I
now.
don't want you getting into trouble with him.
I'm not getting...
No, but he will.
Don't leave. Don't leave
So-
me.
I'll watch that.
So, no, please leave.
I'll witness you leave, make sure that you like, I'll witness them.
No.
Well, will you ask him to leave with you?
I'll leave when these gentlemen leave.
You need to leave.
I'm not leaving. I'm sorry.
Right, we've got two choices.
Yeah.
One, we can physically remove you.
I think it's not a choice, eh?
You know. And
You
your
can
second
record
choice.
the well, we're not going to take that choice.
I want to sit
Your
here and
action,
observe the
we will
process. I have not done anything
If
wrong.
we officially call the police,
I haven't spoken a word, mate.
I've done nothing wrong. I'm
I didn't say a word, you know.
Public gallery and I paid for it.
Okay, this isn't the first time you're speaking. I cannot comment about it, you know.
Well, that's the trouble, isn't it? That nobody wants to comment. You know, that's why we've come here. Is because nobody wants to comment.
leave.
Okay.
Yes?
No, you haven't. No. Why is he being asked to leave? He's said absolutely nothing. He's remained silent. I'm not going to show his face.
Yeah, and you
He
can
hasn't
very
said absolutely
quite calm.
anything.
But you need to
Sorry,
leave.
this is a disgrace. This is an absolute disgrace. They're
They are
asking.
not going to continue all the time you're up here.
You're going to have to call the police, I'm afraid.
Good, thank you for
Brilliant.
cooperating, sir.
Now you're bullying me.
No, we're all right.
We're not bullying you at all.
You are absolutely.
No, not at all. We're going to take it stairs further. If you want to play that, that's fine. We're seeing we've got 20 coppers on the corner. Yeah, why do you want to be like that? Everyone's been civil. You're the only one.
I've been sat here civil all afternoon.
Well,
actually.
everyone's happy to
I haven't
move
shouted out. So I still want to.
I'm sorry, but I'm not happy to move on. I'm moving on because I'm being bullied out of here. I'm not happy to move on. I haven't said a word. I haven't spoken up
But
in
there's
front of
no
the
reason
meeting.
to be up here. They're not continuing.
Well, there is, because I'm interested in what's going on in this homeless meeting, and
Well,
it's
nothing.
my right.
They're not going to continue the
You
meeting now.
weren't sitting in silence.
Okay, so that's
You
it.
shouted a
I'm
couple of times.
just making sure that he's not manhandling up.
Yeah, we're allowed to. We're allowed to ask. We're allowed to clap.
That's why they are.
So, are you refusing to leave?
No, I'm quite happy to leave when these two blokes are ready to leave with me. I'm just here filming. I'm just here filming to make sure there's no untoward violence or anything like that, because we are members of the public.
The time's now 5:05. Okay. You've been again requested to leave. You're refusing to leave? That's the third. Okay, noted. 5:05. You're refusing to leave?
No.
No, I'm not quite happy
You
to.
are.
I'm quite
I'm
happy.
asking you to leave, and you're not leaving.
No, we're witnessing.
So you're
We're just witnessing what's going on.
Which every time we do, I'm not refusing to leave.
But if you're not refusing,
No, I'm leaving with him
then
at
I suggest you leave and wait for your
Well, you
friend
are.
downstairs.
That's fine.
I'm not sure whatsoever. I'm just want to make sure that he's not harmed in any way
You won't be
whatsoever.
harmed.
He won't get
Well,
harmed.
that's 100%. I mean, as he leaves this building, I'm
At the
walking
end of the
out.
day, I'm a
Yeah, me
female.
too, mate. I'm quite happy to walk out with him when he walks out.
And you don't make any threats towards me. Because all I'm going to do is just make sure
I'm
that
not
he's
bullied
not
anymore.
manhandling in any way
I'm not being bullied
whatsoever.
anymore. I've had enough. I'm not going.
Why is he taking it so personal? Because everyone else has just left the whole public.
I've done nothing.
30 members of the public left. He's the only one that's taking it so
They're
personal.
not bullying you.
Why is he think it's him? When everyone's even the public downstairs have been cleared, everyone's gone. Why
I think it's a point of principle. I admire not done anything wrong, and this is a public gallery.
She needs to have a reason. I've done nothing wrong. She can't just clear the whole gallery.
And for no reason whatsoever, he's been asked.
She's
I
asked
said,
for
"Look,
the
you're
gallery to
being asked to
be
clear a public gallery." So the
you're the only
councillors
one
who have
that's
sat down
voted
there,
Yeah.
we've voted and we've employed.
They're willing to leave. They're just
And
waiting
then
for you.
I mean, what's just happened down there in that meeting is the councillors have been caught out lying blatantly, and that's why people have got irate and stood up, and now we're all cleared out. So they're allowed to lie, we're not allowed to even watch, and we're not allowed to even say anything.
I've been given the instructions, everyone knows. Okay,
Well,
fine.
you know, the
Right,
rights and wrongs of the situation are, the rights and wrongs of the situation are that they've just been called out on lying, and because they don't want to address that situation, they're clearing the public gallery.
5:08. Are you refusing to move? Daniel? We'll take that as a yes. Okay, fine, that's it. Right, well, we know the next step, gents. This is easy. Yeah?
Got to get a poison dart or whatever. Come on, Daniel.
So if you're just happy on your own, right?
Daniel, come on. Come on. You make a point of principle.
Please don't distract me. I'm sorry.
But I think that's what's going to be happening. They're giving you enough chances to actually get up and leave.
Come on, Daniel.
This is brilliant.
No, it's not
All of
brilliant.
us, this thing.
His point of principle is right.
He is right, I mean, in principle. I mean, we've just seen them get called out on telling a blatant lie, and now we're getting cleared from the public gallery. I mean, it's...
Nice smile on her face down there as well. I've never been treated since, all of us, never been seen such disgraceful treatment in my life.
Well, we're getting used to it.
Absolutely disgraceful. Do we know what our rights are? I know, can you just get a picture of this? We're being chucked out of the public gallery.
It's the reason why we're being chucked out, which I find very interesting, is that they've just been called out on a blatant lie. It was the woman wanted to read her deputation out, and Anne Meadows lied about the deadline. Blatantly lied about the deadline, and that's why she cleared the public gallery.
I'm being told I have to by other comrades, so I'm going to be in solidarity. I am going to. But what does she say?
Showing a bit of your thigh. Basically, she's going to go to our meadows, see if everyone can go back in the gallery. And
However, they're not allowed to continue, surely.
Democratic process. So if they allow that, then no one's going to be kicking off.
Oh, that'd be great, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And everyone had till Thursday. It was changed to Thursday to people to get stuff in anyway, and they're saying that they didn't receive it. When she tested out her email to all of us,
We all received it, yeah.
We've been refused to take part in the democratic process.
What's happened is we extended the deadline.
The chair consistently undermined the public. They have stopped us from taking part in the democratic process, and they've removed us from the gallery. They will continue, but the public won't have a say in what we're waiting.
Oh, Kaya.
When did that committee meet? Because I spoke to Caroline, they haven't met.
And we have. That's been extended. This committee. So for this committee, you've got an extra 24 hours. So let me finish. Let me finish. So let me finish. Only if everybody can go back to the gallery as well. Because everybody was really upset because I keep talking that we've lost the democratic process. If I can go in, everyone's going to be fine. It'll be fine. And we can all reassure you of that. Like, it'll be fine.
We don't want to go back in.
We're not about we just want the democratic rights.
Well, we didn't want to live, really.
Is that why you're not here?
Yeah.
I want to for the questions it has, and it should have been for I was disrupted, but you're allowed.
No, we weren't disrupted.
So it's media.
I'm really confused.
And I was
I don't know she my usual days.
because rolled out for
That's different. That's not to do with the timing.
it's part of the fact that I didn't have time to make up the answer, and therefore I haven't answered the question.
I'm going to see if
And if it was like last time, when it was Warren that decided that, right, and told
what they're letting her off.
I don't understand. It sounds like I'm still here, kept out. I don't understand it.
They're not letting her off.
They've already conceded, right? Yet we're still being kicked. We're still being told.
We're on the list.
It's a shambles.
And also, we weren't in the gallery because of the instruction.
See you later.
And it was actually her that shouted. They've got us all chucked out, and now they've allowed her to go through and have the deputation, but we all have to leave. It's ridiculous.
Democracy, yeah.
Yeah, when it suits them.
Yeah, when it suits them,
This is a D.
I can think of a few things like that.
That's a D. To me, it's a D. There's a lowercase d and that's a big D. I
So am I mean, listen, I didn't even say a word up there. I sat really quietly and kind of listened to everything and I got chucked out.
She said she only wants to go with everybody else.
So first they reject our questions, then they kick us all out.
Just anyone got any?
So now they're letting them go back in.
All members of the public to leave. This is what was the chair's decision, and that's what's happened. Okay.
Oh, a public meeting.
We're holding a public meeting here.
David's not here. I mean, it's, with the constitutional, what Anne Meadows did, this is
When I got back,
the constitutional validity.
first of all, I'm in a parliamentary party shooting round table tomorrow for the Homeless Adoption Bill.
Why are you shaking?
I promise you, we'll go door to door and kick it out. No, I guarantee it's got to do.
Campaign now, then. She needs to go.
Pick one, and I'm sorry, pick one, choose one. Name, put them this way.
That's can't get out.
Oh my God!
Okay, cool. Let's go.
What a waste.
She basically said that everyone promised that they would keep it.
Well, I wasn't kicking off anyway, I haven't said a word.
And I just said, I've got a lot of respect for the people out here. No respect for people, like, they're kicking off because you're rushing the process.
Yeah.
Councillors have done as they've
David Gibson.
Well, everyone's allowed in the gallery if you want to go in there.
Oh, you need to tell my dad to that
Try and kick me out.
You need to tell my dad where this big family
Right, if I can have your attention, please. Now, the chair has decided that if a commitment, please, is given to not disrupt, and listen to the debate, if no intention is made to further disrupt, then you are welcome to go back to the public gallery upstairs.
I accept your apology, yeah.
However,
and we will try our best to not allow you again to disrupt us sitting in the gallery by asking us to leave for no reason whatsoever, on the grounds I never spoke, I never disrupted it until you come in and disrupted me watching a public meeting. So I accept your apology, thank you very much.
yes, that's right. As I was saying, so the chair will decide what she's doing, and that's what she said just now. Okay?
Hi there, Ferret fans. I'm here today with these three lovely ladies, Maria Garrett-Gotch, Ree Melody and Kaya Garrett-Gotch. And the building behind me is Hove Town Hall. Now, today, there's been a meeting in there of Brighton Housing Commission or whatever, or Housing and New Homes Committee. It's one of those nice titles they give themselves. And basically, it hasn't really gone to our plans, is it really? They've sort of questions were asked and all sorts of things happened. So, would you tell us in your own words what happened in there, Maria?
What today? So we have to set the questions out to them in a short space of time anyway. Quite often the questions are rejected, or we have to reword them or rephrase them. I don't know what the total of questions that were rejected today, but it's generally about at least 4 or 5 questions out of our 15 odd questions. We don't ever really get any proper answers. It's like answering a question with a question and then just reading out some spiel. We don't ever get any proper answers, but at the same time, if we don't keep doing this all the time, we're never going to get anywhere. They need to understand that we're not going to go away until they actually do what they're paid to do.
And Kaya, you gave a very passionate speech in there. How old are you?
I'm 13.
Yeah, you went in there and gave a really good speech. How did you feel about that?
It was a bit scary.
Yeah, but you delivered it really well. Did you read it? You know, you had Steve helping you, but you was confident and you came over really well. You should be proud of yourself. Such a young lady. Do you think that other kids your age should get out there and do it?
Yeah, they definitely should.
Yeah, you think other kids should get out there and form their own little groups and homelessness and get on social media?
Yeah, they should definitely do that.
And
Future generation of councillors, isn't it?
well, it's a future generation of
Democracy.
of everyone. It's as simple as that. And Ree, you caused mayhem in there, darling. What, go on, tell us what happened.
Well, you know, when your democratic process is being blocked. Basically, I submitted a deputation last Thursday by midday, and today, about an hour before the meeting, I found out that it wasn't on the agenda. So I phoned Democratic Services, and they said they hadn't received it. And I said, well, I had that problem a couple of months ago, so I actually phoned after I submitted it this time, and I was told that somebody could see it in the inbox. Yet now they can't find it, and it hadn't been put in.
And not only that, we tested our email to make sure that it had gone through to everybody else. Everybody else received it, but apparently they didn't.
So what's Democratic Services? Sorry, I've not heard that before.
Democratic Services is a group in the council, and so basically that's where you submit your questions and your deputations, and then they put it forward into the agenda for these meetings.
Like
committee
Caroline
meetings.
DeMarco.
Yeah, and Mark Wall, and but yeah.
But in this case, lose it completely.
Well, I actually spoke to them just now before it all kicked off, and said, you know, what happens? I was told that you could see it when I emailed it over, and I've tested it today, like Mo just said, and it can't be found. And the guy said to me that the council actually block emails, and I said, well, that kind of makes sense. I didn't want to think that, but you're actually telling me they block emails. He's like, yeah. And they don't, and the Democratic Services don't get alerted to when those emails are being blocked. And through Love Activist Brighton, I used to send emails in before, a couple of years ago or so, and never had a problem. But the past 2 haven't got through.
That's two in a row now.
Yeah.
So 2 months, 2 questions, not even heard.
Well,
I know they've been heard, but you had to fight for it.
I had to really push for it last month as well, because it had gone beyond the deadline date. But they pushed it through because I said, well...
They extended it this time as well, didn't they, by 24 hours to the Thursday? Because usually it's Wednesday by noon, and they changed it to Thursday by noon. So in there, Councillor Meadows actually should read her own constitution and policies and said that it should have been received by Wednesday noon, when actually it's got in black and white, which we showed them on the papers, that actually it been extended. And was it Claire Moonan or Larissa that came out and spoke to us in the lobby?
I don't know, I was chucked out by then.
Put forward to the Thursday deadline, so that proves that Anne Meadows had lied about that.
So I got chucked out, so I dismissed all this.
That was disgusting. I mean, I obviously, when she said there was no deputations, I obviously hollered over the gallery and said, oh, well, I've got one, and I submitted it, and I've got proof here, I've got the email printout of when I sent it, and I've just been told that you block emails, you know, and of course everyone got in this bit of a hoo-ha, and we all got cleared off the gallery. And then there was some discussion between security and the lawyer and Anne Meadows, the chair of the meeting, to discuss whether they're going to allow me to go in to do the deputation. They agreed to that, but wasn't agreeing to let people back in the gallery. So, and I went in just to say to her, well, I'm not doing it until you let everyone up in the gallery, basically, because I kicked off, and that's why other people are kicking off, because you're blocking the democratic process. And now you allow me to come in, everyone's going to chill out, let them back.
We were downstairs at that point. We'd been asking questions, so we weren't even part of that upstairs. So they had no reason to stop the people downstairs from not coming back in, because they weren't even upstairs at that time.
But they're actually asking you to come out from down there as well, then?
Yeah, we got cleared out.
So they cleared the entire chamber?
I didn't realise that. Yeah, they cleared all the gallery and the chamber.
Well, no, I know they cleared me out. They told me to get out, didn't they? Well, after I told them what I thought of them, that's basically not good. You know, it's not good enough that they will not listen I mean, why do you have to, why can you not just turn up today and ask a question? Why do you have to keep submitting questions?
Because then, well, once they get to see what your question is, they've got a sufficient time to come up with some bullshit answer.
Yeah, which is what we heard.
If you were able to go there on the day and ask them straight out, you get a more honest opinion, wouldn't you? Because it wouldn't be staged.
Yeah, and I've got the feeling it's very
it's
staged.
A staged democratic process.
Well, I just did the deputation, and then when she finally let me in, and she said, but nobody will be able to respond. It would have to be a written response. I said, well, these councillors know about the Housing First model. Somebody might want to respond. She says, no, they're not allowed to.
So she's silent. So
they're not allowed to. I said, why? And she said, because it's not been submitted and I haven't been able to read it, and yeah, just.
But in the short term, that's not good. But in the long run, I think that will be good if it's in writing then, because then you've got something back to refer to.
You've got a tangible.
Yeah, there is that. But then if they responded there and then it'd be on the webcast.
And also they, like you see, we got the 2 police cars when we were actually allowed back up. We weren't allowed back down into the gallery, even though I was on the list and I've been asking questions. We all had to go up to the public gallery. The security followed us and there was actually a police officer waiting outside.
This is a police station.
Yeah.
This is where I got kicked out for kicking a plant pot over. Yeah, £13.30 fine. Yeah, the terracotta terrorist. But anyway, thanks ladies for today. We'll be back here in a month's time. I hope to see you here again.
I'd just like to say we're actually recruiting. We need basically between 10 and 20 people that will come repeatedly every council chamber meeting. So we've got people to keep asking these questions. So if you think that you've got what it takes to actually stand there and read these questions out and wait for the answers from the council, then just get in touch with us, because we need more people to come and do this.
And where can people get in touch with you?
Well, they can do it for the Love Activists, through UpSafe Brighton, Brighton Housing Coalition, Sussex Homeless Support.
There's plenty of bodies out there that they can get a hold of you through.
And it'd be really interesting to if that happens, because then we can see what effect that has over a year at least, and because over the past few years I've ever known about 2-3 questions max at committee meetings. This is all new. This is
what we need. We need more people. The more people we've got, the more questions we get answered.
Yeah, and of course it's important that citizens of this town.
And we need to start packing this place out.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's quite busy in there today, and I'm sure we can get more people along when the weather gets a bit better. Right, ladies, thank you very much for your time today. Thanks very much for your contribution in there. And what do you think of Anne Meadows, Saka?
Yes.
She's got to go, mate.
She's got to go.
So, Councillor Anne Meadows, me and Ross have been round to see you before, and there's every chance it could happen again. We don't know. Depends how we feel on the day. But let me tell you this, Miss Meadows, if you're watching this, you and your council are a very, very sticky wicket at the moment. So keep watching this space, Brighton City Council. I told you we're coming after you, and I'll stick to that promise. I'm telling you now. Yeah. So this is Kenny Lloyd.
Democratic, non-violent, threatening.
Oh, there's no violence, no threatening. This is all done through pure pressure from the public. Freedom of speech, reasonable pressure. Yeah. And I think they've made a real good stand here today. So well done, everyone. Well done to Ross for standing there. And in the freezing, it's freezing cold out here. And I'll see you in a month's time.
Yeah.
Take care, everyone. Ta-ta for now.
Thank you.